Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome back to another video, man. Today is a weekly trade review, man. This week was not the best. I had some issues, but I'm going over the issues and how I can improve going forward. So yeah, man. Hope you enjoyed the video. Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome back to another video, man. This is a weekly trading review. I'm gonna be going over this week's trading performance, how I can improve and eventually get profitable consistently at the end of the year. So this is this week was not the best week to take it fairly. So this week I had 5 trading days. First of all, I'm down 2% of my account size, or down 639 kroner. I have 5 trading days, 4 trades taken, a win rate at a 25%, which is not the best. I have a 1 win, 2 losses, and 1 break even. Rule adherence score, which is in my opinion the most, my bad, important metric, is at 3 out of 5. So I followed rules perfectly 3 out of 5 days this week, which is not the best. I want this to be out of 5 constantly. Emotional control average is a 7.4 out of 10. Not the best, but not the worst either. Uh, Daily performance rating average is a 6.8, which is, I don't like that. I want this to be at an 8 or 9. I want this to be higher. So this week was structurally very different from last week. Last week's defining issue was hesitation and non-participation. This week's defining issue shifted to execution discipline once in a trade. I did participate correctly when A+ setups appeared. However, trade management and emotional reaction after a loss created damage. The capital loss itself was small, only 2%, but the process deviations were more important than the P&L. So the key shifts this week was from hesitation to emotional trade management errors. So that's like kind of the intro, and now I'm going to talk about what did I do well this week. This it's really good to important to focus on this as well, because I need to look at what I do well as well. So, okay. Number one, correct participation on valid setups. One of the main goals after last week was A+ confirmation and then execute without hesitation. And I did that both on Turb and ASNS entries were valid A+ setups and participated correctly. Uh, this is important because previous structural problem was missing qualified trades. That friction improved. No hesitation paralysis, correct recognition of valid setups, participation aligned with the system, and execution courage improved. So that's a really good thing. Number two, strong recovery after day one mistake. On Monday, I made a huge mistake, and I recovered very strongly. So on day one contained the largest discipline breakdown of the week. I had a greedy TP modification, immediate revenge trade, but however, the following days were clean. On Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday were professional no trade sessions. Had no revenge continuation, no emotional forcing, no attempt to win back losses, and correct patience during slow conditions. This shows the psychological damage was contained to one session. That containment is a strong sign of growing emotional regulation, so that's a really good thing. Uh, Number three, I continued elite patience on low quality days. 3 out of 5 sessions were correctly executed as no trade days. Specifically, I ignored B tier setups, I ignored C tier noise, stayed within time window discipline, and maintained emotional stability. 8 to 9 out of 10. So that's a really good thing. So the pattern confirms overtrading remains solved. I have solved my overtrading. I'm not overtrading constantly. My default state in bad markets is now patience and not compulsion. I mean compulsion. My bad. That is a professional behavior shift. So that was everything I did well this week. Now I'm gonna be going over what I did wrong this week. What went wrong? So there were 3 clear rule failures, all linked to emotional interference in a trade management. Number one was greed-based TP modification on Monday on Turb. This was the most expensive decision this week. Key sequence, A plus setups identified, entry taken correctly, original TP plan existed, TP was moved higher because of the earlier move was missed. This right here is the exact trade I took on Monday. A plus setup here, or the best setup would have been taken over here, and then TP was at this line here. That would have been the best trade. But I entered here and didn't want my TP to be so low, to be so little. I was like, oh yeah, it's probably gonna go up here. And I paid for that perfectly. Look at how this played out. 1 cent below my TP, boom, right back down and hit my stop loss. So that just shows to never make this mistake again. It's such a clear mistake, this right here. It's such a clear mistake. I was too greedy, wanted a big win, and yeah. This is a classic psychological trap. I was missing the first move and turns into emotional desire to capture a bigger win. The trade actually reached my original TP level, but because TP was moved after entry, the position turned into a full loss. This is not a market problem. This is a plan integrity violation. Once the trade is executed, the TP and stop loss must be treated structural, not negotiable. Changing TP mid-trade is destroys statistical edge and destroys expectancy. And number two, immediate revenge trade on Monday on TPET. Let me see if I can find this trade. It was on Monday, so that goes. This actually made a huge move here. What? This was on Monday, which is here. At it's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. I took this trade. This was actually kind of a good trade, but I had my TP way too greedy again. But it didn't make any moves. I took it was a bad trade. It was actually a bad trade, and yeah, revenge trade on this as well. Yeah, not the best, not the best, not the best, not the best. So this was the clearest discipline breakdown of the week. Characteristics of the trade was taken immediately after a frustrating loss. Setups quality recognized as poor. Entry motivated by loss recovery. No structural confirmation. This is pure emotional compensation behavior. So the important observation is that this behavior used to create multi-trade spirals. This it was contained to one trade. So while it is still a rule violation, the damage scope has shrunk significantly. Still, revenge trades are one of the most destructive behavior in trading systems because they combine low probability setups, emotional state, and impaired decision making. This must remain zero tolerance. This must never repeat itself. And number three, fear-based early exit on ASNS. I will try to find this as well. ASNS on Wednesday. So this is Thursday, and this gotta be Wednesday then. Yeah, here. So here I took two trades, and I will talk about it. Just let me get done with this. So this was a more subtle but important mistake. So the trade details was an A plus setup, correct entry, priced moved in my favor, and exit happened early due to fear. This created two problems. The RR profile existed. Now, the RR profile collapsed, and number two, profit cushion was too small. Because the profit was reduced, the next trade erased the gain, resulting in a break-even day. The issue here is a lack of trust in exit plan. Execution was correct, management was emotional, and this creates the paradox. Good trades equals small wins, normal losses turn to full losses. That distribution kills expectancy over time. So I first took this trade right here. This had been going up constantly. This had went up like 20% or something with not a single pullback in 6 minutes. Then it gives finally a pullback. I have pre-market high here. Original take profit is going to be around take profit or 5.5, which should have been the take profit. But I got scared. I got super scared. It was an A plus setup. It was a perfect setup. This right here. Um, but I got scared. It went up to my TP. It went a little bit above my TP, and then went back down and didn't fill me. I didn't get filled. So then I got scared and exited manually and got out at around here. So this is like negative RR. I have 1-to-1 RR here basically, and it's not the best. It's not good. And then I took this trade as well, which is an A plus setup, but it just didn't work out. So and then I lost all of my gains from here over here. So that turns the day into a break even. So I should have held this a lot longer, but it just I need to be able to hold my winners and cut my losses short. It sounds very simple, and it is, but the emotional aspect of it is hard. So daily breakdown on day one, my outcome was down 2%. Behavior quality was poor. I had a greedy TP modification plus a revenge trade. On day two, my outcome was 0%. Behavior quality was very good. Correct no trade day after a loss. On Wednesday, outcome was 0% again. Behavior quality was average. On my notes is early fear exit reduced RR. On Thursday was behavior quality very good. I ignored C tier setups. On Friday was behavior quality good. Patient Friday disengagement. So emerging pattern. Comparing the last 2 weeks reveals a clear psychological evolution. 2 weeks ago, overtrading and chasing behavior. Last week, I have hesitation on A plus setups. This week, participation improved, but trade management discipline broke down. The pattern now looks like entry discipline improving and exit discipline is inconsistent. So, specifically, fear reduces winners, greed expands targets, and frustration triggers revenge entries. All three behavior alter the original system rules. The strategy edge exists in the predefined structure. Once that structure changes mid-trade, the system becomes randomized. Yeah. So key observation: my market reading ability is improving. So, and the evidence for that is I can uh, identify correctly A plus setups. I have correct participation timing and correct filtering of bad days. The weakness is no longer market analysis; it is emotional interference after entry. The biggest gap now is consistency between plan and execution. Professional trading requires plan, execute, leave it alone. Right now, the sequence sometimes becomes plan, execute, emotion, adjustment. That final step is where performance leaks. So, my conclusion of this is that this week contained one poor session and four controlled sessions. Key outcomes: I had negative 2% capital impact, one greedy take profit mistake, one revenge trade, one fear based early exit, and three clean no trade days. The most important improvement from last week is that I executed A plus setups without hesitation. The most important regression: trade management discipline broke down during emotional moments. This is a different problem layer, but a solvable one. So that's a really good thing to keep in mind. You might be facing some problems, but you need to understand these problems are solvable. So focus for next week is number one, trade plan becomes immutable after entry. Once trade is entered, take profit cannot be moved and stop loss cannot be widened. Exit cannot be fear based. The trade must be set and left. My system edge assumes predefined structure. Number two, loss must end in the emotional reaction loop. If a trade loses, there must be no immediate new trade. Introduce a cooldown rule. A loss equals a loss uh, turns into minimum 10 to 15-minute reset before new trade evaluation. This prevents revenge impulse entries. Number three, I need to protect RR integrity. Uh, my strategy depends on asymmetric risk to reward. Fear-based exits compress RR, and the rule adjustments is if take profit and stop loss is defined, the trade must reach one of them. Manual exit only allowed if structure breaks, not emotions. Action plan is to action plan from this is number one, A plus setups only, already strong. This is already strong. I already have this like unlocked basically. TP and stop loss locked after entry. No trade within 10 to 15 minutes after a loss. This is gonna be very easy for me to follow. I'm going to stick to one trade a day, most of the days, and set and leave my trades basically. So tactical adjustments. Before session begins, I need to accept full risk per trade, predefine take profit and stop loss, and commit to set and leave management. After entry, hands off the trade. So my summary to carry forward, my strength this week was patience remains elite, overtrading is eliminated, A plus recognition is improving, and participation improved from last week. My weaknesses is greed-based TP changes, revenge trade impulse after loss, and fear-based early exit. My core issue now is emotional interference during trade management. The objective shifts again from participation confidence to execution consistency. I'm increasingly finding the right trades. Now the focus becomes letting the system play out exactly as designed. Precision now means plan the plan the trade, execute the trade, leave the trade. It's like this. That messed me up. Yeah, plan the trade, execute the trade, and leave the trade. Trajectory remains positive. The next refinement layer is mechanical consistency under emotional pressure. Yeah, so that was pretty much it this week. Uh, my own notes on this week is gonna be I feel my discipline in outside the charts has been lacking, so I need to be able to focus on my discipline outside of the charts for my discipline inside the charts to be better. So that was pretty much it this week. Had a negative week, but it's good to just stay focused, man. Just stay focused, stay on the process of things, and do not focus on like small things. So, or of course, I'm focusing on small things, but you know what I mean, hopefully. Anyway, man, hope you enjoyed the video and peace out.